Welcome everybody to our new Thursday stream. This time, my name is Marco. Welcome to Access the Animus, and today we are streaming some more Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. And we're here to discuss the recent news about Assassin's Creed Mirage. Welcome. It's been 2 weeks now since we last streamed. It's been some hectic days for both me and Sary, who is joining us as usual. Playing this time Black Flag once again. This time, as all the other times recently, as we have usually, our usual setup is playing Black Flag while we are discussing Mirage, but also this time we are playing Black Flag because there are news about this, these leaks about a potential remake for Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag, so we can discuss that as well. So hello Whisper of Shadows, welcome. Hello Muhammad, hello Gel Betsley, I hope that's the proper pronunciation. Elena, welcome, you made it. Random Raconteur, clunky and outdated game, can't wait for the remake. Hello Seema, welcome. It's nice to see you again in our streams. Hi Sary, says Draven. There will be time for that, but hi Sary in general. In case you have joined us for the first time, if you're joining us for the first time now, we usually say hi Sary. Sary is playing with us. She's playing as Edward, and every time we have Edward dying, we say hi Sary to compliment her on how well she played. So yes, today we're here to talk a little bit about the recent news on Assassin's Creed Mirage, but I think we can start first with the info about the remake or the leaks or rumors about the Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag remake, which were broke out by Kotaku a few days ago. The journalists, they mentioned hello Assassin's Creed community, it's a Dutch name, so I'm pretty sure I butchered it. Hello Karwaji. So yes, the news were shared by Kotaku, who mentioned that that a remake for Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag is in the works, even if they actually had to clarify that the game, the idea for the game has actually just recently been greenlit. So saying that it is in the works, it just started probably the conception phase or even earlier than that. So we might be at least a few years away from a remake for Black Flag if the rumors are true. And I think we can actually say they might likely be, because they were corroborated by Tom Henderson, who is this famous insider or leaker for Assassin's Creed specifically, and they independently corroborated the information. So this does seem like it's going to be the case. It seems like at the center of the development for the remake for Black Flag, there will be a part of the Ubisoft Singapore studio, who obviously has, in case you might not know, they have been developing a lot of the water tech in the classic Assassin's Creed games, like after AC3 and AC4, and they are also spearheading the development for Skull and Bones, which is this game that has been in development hell for, I'm gonna say, 9 to 10 years. So yes. At the moment, the projects are very separate things. Like Skull and Bones and the AC4 remake are two very different things. but I also believe that Ubisoft Singapore needs to get rid of Skull and Bones as soon as possible, because otherwise they won't be able to focus on AC4 remake. And AC4, you're being very precise, right? You keep missing the shark. That's because you are a vet, so you don't want to hit it. There we go. So yes, Skull and Bones is this pirate fantasy multiplayer online game that, as far as I know, not a lot of people are interested in. But I think they need to release it as soon as possible to get into more profitable games like Assassin's Creed 4 Remake. So we'll see about that. Yes, we will talk about Mirage. I just started with the news about AC4 Remake because well, we are playing AC4, so I wanted to start it with that. But we can actually move towards Mirage. They do sometimes, but it's not oh, yes, Elena asked, I still don't understand how these leakers don't end up getting sued. And Simar on the Raconteur answered they do sometimes, but it's not a public prosecution process. Yes, and also if you see that, I'm very sure, like pretty sure that Ubisoft is doing everything they can to prevent the leakers from sharing those information. So if they can't, and if the same people are leaking stuff over and over again, it means that probably either the prosecution process is very long, or they can't legally prosecute them. For example, a lot of the leaked information gets to the leakers through third parties. So maybe these third parties signed NDAs with Ubisoft and then send their information to the leakers who did not sign the NDA, so they are at liberty, quote unquote, to share those. So without risking too much. I know that it's not amazing, to be honest. But yes. Yes, pirate online multiplayer game that is Sea of Thieves, pretty much. Yes, there are different modes. I think there's more stuff to do, and probably more fun things to do in Sea of Thieves, but we'll see about that. Anyway, moving on to Mirage. Where should we start there? We do have two main pieces of news that have been shared recently. One was shared yesterday, and the other one was today. So I think we can go in chronological order. So yesterday, Ubisoft announced what they call History of Baghdad. I saw you guys mention that in the chat. So History of Baghdad, as you can see, the high-res screenshots that we are sharing is going to be a let's say an in-game version of the Discovery Tour mode that we saw in the recent games. It will only be text-based, seemingly. So as you can see in the picture right now, Basim will encounter up to 66 historical sites within Baghdad. So this will be limited to Baghdad. And as we did in the original games, we can interact with these buildings, and this will create a new entry in our database, which is called the Codex once again. So the Codex within the menu will have, as you can see at the top of the screen, the Codex will have 3 different areas. We are seeing the History of Baghdad, which is the let's call it the historical database or text-based Discovery Tour, like the description of the bazaar right now. You can see that it's organized in many areas like art and science. So it's not only directly history, but it's also beliefs, daily life, court life, economy, as you can see, a lot of art history as well. And so there's going to be that, but the codex will also have a section dedicated to tutorials, and it was announced that there's going to be a section dedicated to the lore, as it was the case for Valhalla. So it's going to be very similar in that regard, but we can actually expect some, like, a feeling similar to the original games, where the database was being populated as we went on. So there's not going to be only lore information or on characters and the story, as was the case for Valhalla, but also, proper historical descriptions of the environments or the monuments that we're gonna meet, that we're gonna see in Baghdad. So that's the main piece of news about this. This was curated by a lot of experts on the Abbasid Caliphate and this specific historical period. I think they announced a lot of historians. They are not from the Middle East, but I also think I saw on Twitter that the Ubisoft Middle East communication coordinator also mentioned that some Middle Eastern experts were involved with this, obviously. So it's going to be interesting to see some of these information as well as we go on. Collapse all option in the menu. What's that? I think that's going to be as you can see here, it's going to be probably with a touch, like by pressing a button, all the various entries can be reduced so that you can move to another area or another entry or sub entry within the database. So it's easier for you to move to the different entries, because in Valhalla you had to go and scroll down all the various entries to get to the one that you wanted to see. So that's that. Hello Zark, welcome to the stream. Zark says, Don Marco, a cenar te come invitasti e son venuto. That's proper Italian, but that's like ancient Italian as well. So good job on that. Access the Animals was the best music composed in AC1. I'm gonna say I prefer City of Jerusalem, even though Access the Animals very much represents the essence of Assassin's Creed, the first game, especially like a mix of historical and modern day electronic music, and it does represent this mixture of past and present. So I do agree. I do understand why you enjoy that so much. Camila, welcome to the stream. Zark's a time traveler confirmed. That was the lyrics from Il Commendatore from Mozart's Don Giovanni. That was a nice quote, and that also demonstrated that I'm very ignorant. I think Elena also asked how much Canon has grown, and he has grown a lot. Maybe later we can show you a little bit. Canon, for those of you who have joined us for the first time, is one of our two dogs, our two mascots of our stream, and we're gonna show you the boyo a little later. So yes, back to AC4. It's been a few weeks since I actually read the Forgotten Temple webtoon. I think I'm a number of chapters behind. I have no idea how the story evolved. The Forgotten Temple webtoon comic, in case you didn't know, it's a comic in the webtoon format, which is very popular in Korea, and it tells the story of Edward Kenway after the events of Black Flag. So once again, we are playing Black Flag, so there's It seems like there's a lot of plans, well, some plans about Assassin's Creed 4 and Edward. So this comic is going to last for 3 years-ish. So 3 seasons of the comic. And in a few years, we might see the remake for Black Flag. So we are never letting go of our pirate main character. Love that your dog's name is Canon. Yes. Yes, we decided that for multiple reasons. The obvious one, in terms of being fans of AC, is we always love Canon. As you know, because at ATA we very much create content on story, and we are hardcore fans and longtime fans. Obviously, we do care a lot about how Canon is kept or is not kept amidst the various AC releases, and also I think I mentioned in the streams in the past. Do we have a sea tornado? What's it called? Sea tempest, something like that. So in English, in Italian, dog is translated with canon, with cane, and in order to say that something is big, we in Italian we add the word, the suffix one at the end. So canon or canone means big dog, which is what he's going to become. So he's still half a pupper. Now he's how many months old? He's six, more than 6 months old. More or less 6 months old. So he's going to grow even more. He's going to end up probably weighing between 55 and 60 kilograms. So those pictures from the Codex in Mirage are looking so good. Getting to know more about day-to-day objects and life is going to be really cool. Yes, I always loved this aspect of AC since the Ezio games, and the various transformations that this aspect had to go through. So I'm really happy that it's getting back. I was a little worried that the Discovery Tour wouldn't actually happen for Black Flag, for Mirage, because it's a one-shot game with no post-launch or any long-time support. So I thought maybe they're not going to do any Discovery Tour, and they're not going to do any Discovery Tour, but at least they're going to have a historical database, and it's going to be in the shape and form of the Discovery Tour that we have seen with Valhalla specifically. So I think that was a clever reuse of the assets or system that they already had within Valhalla, in order to still bring some historical information, even if it's not in the more commonly known Discovery Tour version. Fully expecting Sary to start shooting at the twister to stop it. That was Elena. So we are at the last life bar of our ship. So will Sary make it? No? Okay. Time to brace or not. Someone further up in the chat was asking about the AC book that just came out. Will you be reading it at some point? So I think you guys mentioned, I think that was about Assassin's Creed, the Engine of History, the Resurrection Plot. So that's the second in a trilogy of books written by Kate Hartfield. I started reading it. I think I'm around 70 to 80 pages. Still have to complete it. It's very good, and it's a nice sequel to the Markuz conspiracy, which I did enjoy quite a lot, both in how it portrayed the characters and how many settings the characters visited and how many ties it had to the already established lore. It was interesting as a story. And this one also has some pretty interesting ties to the lore already in the first pages, and I think it's going to be, and it's pretty crazy already at the beginning. So there's some first Civ stuff happening in this one, which didn't really happen in the first one. So there is a story developing, and I do suggest you guys check it out at some point. There's going to be also an audiobook if you're more into that rather than directly reading the book. They announced it was released on July the 4th along with the main release of the book, but the retailers that I checked, they are mentioning that it's on August the 1st, so within the next I don't know, 20 days it's going to be available. I probably believe I'm gonna, because I don't have that much time recently, I will probably consume the audiobook while traveling on my car. So yes, still I do suggest you guys have a look at that. And after this, Aconite Books will also publish the Roshan book, Daughter of No One, but that's going to happen, if I'm not mistaken, in October. Oh, you made it!
I made it.
Look at that life bar! Life. Oh my goodness!
I thought it was exploding.
I thought it, yeah, I also thought it was your ship exploding.
Yeah, right.
Look at that! No high Saries there. That was very tense. Hello, Six Keys. Welcome. It's going to be Six Keys' birthday tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. I think I saw it somewhere. So I'm not. Should I say it? Does it bring back bad luck if you say it earlier? Roshan's book is in probably November, October or November. Like it should release after Mirage, so it should be after October the 12th, and we'll see. I'm not 100% sure. It might be November. Gigaman95, welcome. Hi, big fan of your vids. Would you like to see Desmond's son as the main character of a future game? I'm not sure. Maybe. He's a sage. So, do we want our main character to be super overpowered? I'm not sure. Maybe. I would like him to appear. I'm not sure. Do we want to play as an overpowered being for an entire game? When will we see Red again? I mean, if you cheer for Ferrari. But if you're talking about Project Red, probably, I would say next year. Because that's when it's supposed to release. Or if they're going to have another Assassin's Creed showcase in September or October. Or maybe in December. Because, like, Mirage will release in October. Then October will be focused on, on Mirage and the post-launch time. There's not going to be any post-launch service, but I'm pretty sure that they're going to fix the bugs after the release of the game. And then maybe in November or December, there's going to be probably some announcements. I hope so. At least that's just my few words, my 2 cents. Desmond the reader, Elijah the listener. I like that. I like that description. Besides the AC, what other games are you guys looking forward to this year? The thing is, I don't remember any release date of any game. I am looking forward to Rise of the Ronin, which, if I'm not mistaken, they did mention it's going to release in Q1 of 2024. So 2024 might be a very good game, a very good year for games set in Japan. If Red continues where it should and stays on track. Other that was fast. Other games that I'm looking forward to. I don't even remember other games that are releasing. I still have so many games that I would like to play, but still will not have any time to play. But let me think. I'm not sure. Which are the games that you guys are looking forward to? Final Fantasy just released.
Oh,
Yes. So yeah, because I would like to play Final Fantasy, even though I saw that some comments aren't really nice about the game. Some were positive, some were not. Do you think we will meet Sigurd in the ending of Mirage, or is it too unlikely? I think there's two possibilities for the end of Mirage. It's either Basim saying that he will go to, he will sail and he will go to Miklagard, or he will go to Constantinople, and that's it. So without seeing Sigurd, or there might be a time skip, and then we might see Sigurd, even either his face or just him, like his back or something, like hinting at a connection to the start of the game. I think we can expect both types of ending. They did say that both the start and the end of the game are going to be super linear, while the midpoint of the game, when you are in Baghdad, you can do the main assassination missions in any order, and there's no difficulty level or power level required, so you can face them at in whatever order you would like. And as far as I know, every time you assassinate the main character, you will gain a new tool, a new assassination tool, which you're going to choose. So the way I play the game will not be the same completely as yours. Like, I will probably get the smoke bomb at first. So maybe some of you might be more interested in, or I don't know, getting the poison trap, which is like a proximity mine, or you're more like a long-time fan and you would like to have throwing knives back in your arsenal. So there might be slight differences between different playthroughs, or even though the main story will be the same, the main stuff to do in the game will be the same. Zark is saying, I'm looking forward to the Metal Gear Solid Master Collection Volume 1. Spider-Man 2. Yes, I forgot about that. I'm looking forward to Spider-Man 2 a lot. I think Sary as well. Spider-Man 2? Yes, she's doing. She's going. Yes, the new Spider-Man for sure. I absolutely forgot about that. But yes, 100%. We did not play the Miles Morales game. We should go back to that, even though Sary is not really too much into Miles. And while AC we both play, we usually, when it's not AC, it's either one of us playing and the other watching. So the Spider-Man games, it's usually Sary playing and I'm watching. So it might be the case this time as well, and we'll see about that. Even though I know Mirage 1 gets DLC, I love the DLC of Basim and Sigurd, and it's ending with them getting back to Norway. I would love to see that as well, to see how Basim is already concocting his plan, trying to understand how much Sigurd might be connected to the other sages or Reborn Isu. I don't think we're gonna see anything like that, even because Sigurd's story is already before Norway is already told in the Song of Glory comics, even though that's a prequel to Basim and Sigurd meeting. So it's I mean, if we saw Basim and Sigurd meeting, we would basically see both of their backstory through comics and Mirage, and then we would see them going back to Norway to, complicate Eivor's life, more or less. Gigaman is asking, what type of Isu content would you like to see that the series hasn't explored yet? Well, something that the series hasn't ever done is having a proper sequence in the ISO era where we are playing. Like, we are actually playing a brief sequence. I wouldn't like an entire game in there. We did explore Atlantis, but that's not really. We don't know what was canon and what wasn't in the Fate of Atlantis DLC. So I personally do not count that as properly, experiencing an ISU memory within an ISU world. So of course we did the mythological sequences in Valhalla. That's actual memories that happened in the ISO era, but those were with a mythological coating, so it wasn't really playing as an ISU or as a human during the ISO era. So I would like to see that. And also, let me think of other stuff that hasn't been done with the ISU. There's been a lot of stuff that has been explored already. It'd be interesting to see more about their society, even though, of course, it gets way more interesting when it's about the conspiration, the conspiracy part.
More about the war.
You would like to see more about the war. Which war? The war between the ISU. Okay. Yeah. So, yes, that would be very interesting, because there have been different types of war within the ISO era. There were wars between different ISO factions, and then there is the human ISO war, which we briefly saw. We didn't see directly the war. We did see the start of the human rebellion in the Assassin's Creed Uprising comic. We did see Adam and Eve escaping with an apple in Assassin's Creed 2, but we didn't really see the human ISU war. It'd be interesting to see that. But also, I would like to see a little bit more about the history of the ISU, because even if I really hated a lot of stuff about Dawn of Ragnarok, the DLC for Valhalla, introduced or consolidated the fact that there is a long history to the ISU, and so there are ancient remnants of the early ISU, and then there are the more recent ISU that we know of. So even knowing how their civilization has evolved through time could be interesting. It's a I think it's a different story layer to communicate, because that's that's science fiction and a history layer over the science fiction element of Assassin's Creed, which takes place a lot of time in the past, before the events that we are playing. It's very different, very difficult to communicate to casual fans. So I understand why it might be complicated to get too much into the history of the ISU. But yeah. Joe Monroe is saying, I personally think that the ISU are most compelling when we hear about them through messages like in Brotherhood or Origins. Yes. If they are more mysterious, they are more interesting, because it's also more interesting trying to understand what they're trying to say. But I think that one way or another, they always have to bounce between mystery and explaining a little bit of the story. So yes. I think there was a question by Six Keys. Can we go up in the chat? Can I go up in the chat? No. Let me see. There was a question by Six Keys. Arshak, welcome to the stream. Where was it? Hello, Arshak. Oh man, so many messages I missed. What are your thoughts on the rumored Black Flag remake? Okay. I'm not sure if I have any thoughts. I mean, I think that I do agree with a lot of fans that are saying this wasn't the remake I was hoping for, but I'll take it. So because it's not a remaster, it's a full remake. So we'll see how they're going to remake this classic game that a lot of longtime fans and also fans that were casual fans back in the day and might be hardcore fans now, they will probably want to see a remade version, but of the same story. Like I wouldn't like to see, I don't know, a lot of the RPG elements that we can see in most of the RPG AC games, like, you know, choices and you know, romancing options, or hundreds of collectibles, and you know, so many skill points, and you know, all the RPG aspects. There were some in AC4, obviously. There were upgrades. There was a lot of stuff, but I don't know. It's like Mirage. It's a tribute to AC1, yes, but they are presenting it as a tribute to AC1 and the classic ACs, but with a layer of with a modern layer on that in terms of gameplay. So they might do the same with Black Flag, because by the time it releases, it's going to be what, 12 to 15 years since the release of Black Flag in 2013. So they're gonna modernize gameplay, and I'm not sure whether I'm happy about that or not. Cypher YT, we don't know if it's officially true. Obviously, it hasn't been confirmed officially by Ubisoft, but the rumor has been corroborated. So more than one source is claiming that that's going to happen, and they are usually credible rumor / leaks sources. So yes. The only reason they are remaking Black Flag is to try and get some value from the ridiculous amount of money wasted on scan and boost tech. I think that's also part of that. Like, surely they're going to reuse, because it's Ubisoft Singapore developing this game as well. They're gonna probably reuse stuff from Skull and Bones, maybe some cut elements or like cut game modes they might add to Black Flag. So we'll see about that. Hi Sary in the chat, I didn't notice that.
Before.
I'm mostly worried that modern day being shafted to infinity means it's not going to get focused on. Like, did you not change the direction based on feedback of no interest? Yeah, I'm also worried about that. We'll see how modern day will be treated in Infinity, because it's going to be an asynchronous story. So it's not going to be like every game being released on the Infinity platform having its modern day story and the historical part. Like, when Infinity is going to release, the main games will have only a historical story, and then on its own, on the Infinity platform, there's going to be the modern day story, which is not going to be playable at first, and we don't know when it's going to be playable. If it's going to be playable, we don't know anything about that. Come on, Sary. Come on, Sary. You're very close to getting it. There we go. Did we? No, not yet. Almost. I just got done 100%ing Black Flag as I'm playing through the games. We do not want remasters. We want new, better games in the franchise. Well, there's going to be a lot of new games. It's been... We do know of a lot of games that are confirmed, and way more games that are not confirmed yet, but they are pretty much, rumored and leaked. So up until now, there's 12 Assassin's Creed games being developed right now. 12. Be they at a very early conception phase up until the ones that are going to release this year, like Nexus, and probably Codename Jade as well, along with Mirage. So, like, this year is going to have 3 new Assassin's Creed games, or at least 2. Like, 2 are officially planned for this year. I'm not sure if it's been announced. I don't think the release date or release window for Codename Jade has been announced. So yes, I think you shouldn't worry about having new better games. You shouldn't worry about having Sary, about having new games. We'll see about better games. We'll see about that. It's baffling that they haven't just cut their losses and released Skull and Bones already. I think I did mention that probably in the streams, in some of the past streams. As far as I know, it was rumored or maybe it was confirmed that Ubisoft and its Singapore office, they have a deal with the Singaporean government. The Singapore government funded a part of the development of Skull and Bones in order, to promote it as a game being developed mostly in Singapore. So having also, a return on the image of Singapore. And so I think that one way or another, Ubisoft has to deliver on some kind of contract that they have with the Singapore government. I think they want to, or they need to meet specific requirements. The thing is, the more the wait, the less people are going to be interested in Skull and Bones, and I think that already right now, a lot of people are really don't care about Skull and Bones. So I do agree with you, 6 Keys, that they really need to, cut the losses, release Skull and Bones the way it is, because I don't think it's going to change the interest of the fan base, even if it's going to present, I don't know, new games, new game modes, or anything like that. So I think that Ubisoft needs to get rid of Skull and Bones, needs to get it out as soon as possible, and to divert its sources and resources on something else. I don't know anyone who's hyped about Skull and Bones, but Ubisoft has a deal with the Singaporean government. Yes. Okay. I didn't even read your comment, 6 Keys, but basically yes. So apparently we did know pretty much the same. So yeah, Elena. I don't think it was made public, but a lot of people mentioned that there is a deal with the Singaporean government, and they need to release the game. They can't let it die. You guys are getting some error messages, like in the chat. YouTube silencing us for speaking the truth. Black Flag better than Skull and Bones, yes. I think that Black Flag was a huge success, and probably Skull and Bones will not be. They had to release Skull and Bones as close as possible to Black Flag to capitalize on the craze for pirate-based gameplay. The more AC moved away from the pirates, the more Skull and Bones had to be successful on its own. And as you can see, after 10 years, not a lot of hype around the internet about Skull and Bones. If Skull and Bones becomes the multiplayer mode for a Black Flag remake, that might save it. But Skull and Bones will be its own thing. It's not going to turn into Black Flag. Like, it's not like Skull and Bones as it is now. It's not going to be turned into the Black Flag remake. Like, as you can see from the trailers, it's its own thing. It's a multiplayer online game. It's not the same. It's not the same. And they really can't, drop Skull and Bones and reuse assets. I think they will reuse assets from Skull and Bones for Black Flag remake, but they can't drop Skull and Bones. Was Black Flag so beloved at launch? Yes, it was. It was by casual fans because it was properly a pirate game. There was a much improved naval gameplay compared to AC3, and AC3 had limited maps where you couldn't really move with your ship other than within these limited maps, and instead here we had the open world where you could sail everywhere, and hardcore fans weren't hugely at the beginning, at least weren't huge fans of having a story about somebody that wasn't an assassin throughout the game. But eventually, even hardcore fans grew to love Edward Kenway as a character and his story as well. So yeah, it was a huge success. I would say even more than Origins was a huge success because of the technological aspect of the game, because it was a radical change towards RPGs. So for casual fans, it was incredible, and the world was incredible, but the story was not appreciated by hardcore fans, because it had a huge retcon and everything. Well, Black Flag, I think it was eventually was appreciated by every type of fan back in the day. Yeah, exactly. Like Six Keys is saying, like, yeah, not immediately, but eventually everybody grew to love the game for different reasons. Because like Black Flag has something for every kind of fan. Exactly, like Stormy Soup is saying, it was one of the few games that pleased nearly everyone. In terms of gameplay, in terms of, you know, casual elements, you could go to the game to play as a pirate and never care about the modern day that is in there, or never care about Edward specifically. You could just go on with your ship and board other ships and enjoy. It gave a feeling of freedom as well, because there was like this huge open world compared to the, you know, to the main cities. So it was incredible. I still remember the day Loomer lost his mind on the ending of AC Origins. I don't remember that. Did he share that online? Because I did talk to him afterwards, but not about Origins specifically. But yeah, I know and remember that he wasn't a huge fan of Odyssey specifically, but also, you know, the way that the franchise was changing and stuff. But instead now we are, I'm gonna say it, we're going back to the roots. So we're going back to the roots. I hope you guys heard about that, because I'm not sure if Ubisoft mentioned it enough times. And Dasha is barking, obviously. So, will Ubisoft reveal new content for Mirage? Yes, tomorrow, specifically. So on that note, I think that we can share the video that was released today. It's a teaser for the second dev diary that is going to be shared tomorrow at 12 p.m. EDT or 6 p.m. CET. As you can see, this is only a teaser, and we can see some new concept art already, some more gameplay about the fighting, about combat. That was Basim's a concept art for Basim, and we did see Basim within the menus as well. So it's over already. Is it? Why is it everything is black?
Because it's over.
Because it's over. Okay.
Because it's very short.
Because it's very short. So yes, as you can see, it's a dev diary. So there's going to be a lot of devs discussing the game. Some already seen gameplay footage and some new stuff as well. And we can remove the audio maybe, or we can even keep it. Dasha, our dearest queen, she's fine. So yeah, as we can see, there's they did mention once again that the primary tools for combat will be the sword and dagger. So there's not going to be any more weapon types, pretty much like AC1. Marco want to show the history of Baghdad stuff we did actually earlier, but we can share it again. So yeah, to answer your questions from the chat earlier, there's going to be a new dev diary, the latest dev diary, was 50. It was 5 minutes long. This one will probably be the same. And the last one was about how Mirage will go back to the roots. And this one will be centered on Basim as the main character of the game. So we'll probably get to know a bit more about his story. We'll see a bit more about concept for him, as we're gonna see, as we're seeing now. This is Basim in the menu, concept art. So we're gonna learn a little bit more about him. And as Arshak mentioned, we did mention earlier that there's going to be a history of Baghdad portion of the Codex database in Mirage. So these are some HD pictures that you can have a look at. So this is like a text-based discovery tour within the game, or as it was called back in the day, this is the historical portion of the database that we had in the original Assassin's Creed games. So, and this is a screenshot that shows how while visiting Baghdad, we're gonna encounter 66 historical sites that we can interact with, and then we can go to this page within the menu, within the Codex menu, and by the time when we get all the 66 entries, so when we interact with all the 66 historical sites, we're gonna also get a reward, even if I'm not sure, I don't think it's been announced what kind of reward it's going to be, but that's the same as it was for the Discovery Tour in Assassin's Creed Origins, Odyssey, and Valhalla. So it's probably going to be something like an outfit, or an outfit die, or like an item set, or something like that. Really hope we get at least a hint of modern day story in the game. I don't think so, because there's not going to be modern day mostly in the game. That like there's going to be a brief intro. Some sources are saying that there might be some modern day at the end. Some others are saying there's not going to be. I'm not sure. I think the narrative director did mention there's going to be some modern day at the end, but it's still not sure. So I don't think, because there's so little modern day in Mirage, I don't think that they're gonna mention anything about that. There was one single interview in September last year that mentioned that there might be some Anomalies in Mirage, which might or might not mean some modern day content. But again, it was one single interview, so I think we need some confirmation in some more recent interviews, and I haven't seen anything about that. I see a skills tab. Let's hope it's not anything like Valhalla. As far as we know, there's going to be 3 main branches of this skill tree. And with all the skill points that you can gather in the game, it seems like you won't be able to unlock all the skills or abilities, so you will have to manage that. If I'm not mistaken, the 3 branches of the skill tree will be dedicated to parkour, stealth, and assassinations. So some of the abilities that you can get are going to be the assassin focus that we have seen in the trailers. That's where you can select multiple enemies and you can teleport, assassinate all of them at the same time. The chain assassination, which is where you assassinate one enemy and then you kill another one nearby, which was already in Valhalla. Some other abilities will be probably being able to use the pole vault, elements for parkour, or other elements like that. Like there's going to be what they call abilities, but they're not abilities like the ones in Odyssey or Valhalla. They're more like they are unlocking gameplay elements that I believe should be there from the start, but you will be unlocking them in order to have a more a feeling of progression, as they say, because we are starting with Basim, who is starting his path as a hidden one. So we as players will also start gaining the various gameplay features and abilities as we go on, as we progress, and as we gain more skill points. Do you think that maybe we'll get something like the Discovery Tour, not only in text, when we interact with the Animus magic balls? What are the Animus magic balls? I'm worried to ask. I don't think there's going to be any more Discovery Tour to the game other than this. I'm also, like I said, I was surprised to see that this is in the game. So nice to see that. Hello Eivor, welcome to the stream. Hello Khaled. I think the focused assassination will be related with Loki's skills, kind of. Yeah, maybe. If I recall correctly, at least back in September, they did say that one of the 3 skill tree branches will be called Trickster. Another one will be called Assassin, and the other one I don't recall. So that the Trickster one will probably be more tied to Loki's memories within Basim. Non-ability nodes, the 200 plus minor skill tree, that was ridiculous. Yeah, it's not gonna be, I don't think it's going to be, hundreds of points, maybe, because if you pay attention to the gameplay trailers, you can see in the top right of the screen, there's always like that skill point counter, so there might be tens and hundreds of skill points to gather, depending on how much stuff you can do in the game. So Ubisoft so mad have Remake AC4 Black Flag or detailed news. Valhalla skill tree messed me up at first, but I eventually understood it. I think it's going to be simpler this time. Because Mirage is a more compact game, I think that also the gameplay features will be simpler in a way, which means also easier to understand. And I would expect also easier to master, but we'll see about that. The balls look like the Animus magic bastion word. The ball of light we see on the pictures from the Codex article that shows the interaction button. I didn't notice that. Can we go back to some of the screenshots? So
The article or
no, I think Camila meant the one. Now this one. This one. Oh, there's a magic ball there.
you want me to?
Yeah, we can zoom a little bit more. That's like this light sphere. But I think that's only an Animus element telling you, hey, there's something here. So I don't think there's going to be any modern day or Animus magic tied to it, other than, hey, this reminds you that you are within a simulation, so there is a historical database attached to it. So it's not something happening in Basim's time, but you, the user, are interacting with the database, and that's it. I don't think there's going to be any modern day tied to the historical database. I think it's for the lore of Baghdad. It's about the history of Baghdad, more likely. Even though the codex, the database in Mirage, will comprise 3 sections. One will be the history of Baghdad, which will be fully focused on history. There's going to be 66 entries, matching the 66 historical sites / points where you can interact within Baghdad specifically. And then there's going to be, within the codex database, there's going to be a tutorial section, like it was the case in Valhalla, and I think Odyssey as well. And then there's going to be the lore database, which we had in Valhalla as well. So that's where you can see, the character profiles, or I don't know, other entries dedicated to the story, where we learn more about the characters, about the history within the AC lore. We'll probably learn more about the hidden ones, about Alamut and stuff like that. So yes. 6 keys. Surely you can give Basim 5 minutes of your birthday. Also, happy early birthday. I'm guessing the Animus balls are a way to interact with the database in real time. Yes, pretty much. Okay, so if it's okay to say that, well then, happy early birthday, 6Ks. I'm not sure if it's something that you shouldn't do, but anyway, happy early birthday, 6Ks. And like you commented on Twitter, that's the perfect day to release a new Dev Diary on Mirage, especially because it's fully on Basim. So I think this is perfect for you. But Assassin contract like X Overdose, yes, the Assassin's contracts will be similar to the ones in the Ezio games in a way, where by Assassin contracts, if you mean the side missions where you have to assassinate a character, then yes, there's going to be some of those. Probably not as many as in the Ezio games, but there's going to be, like we did see in the single Assassin Bureau that we saw in the gameplay trailer. The quest board had something like 6 to 7 missions. Not all of them were assassination contracts. Some of them were rescuing missions. Some others were stealing missions. So there are different types of side missions, some of which are the assassination contracts. So I think we might get, 10 assassination contracts, maybe less, depending on how many we get in each assassin bureau. There's going to be 4 assassin bureaus matching the 4 districts in Baghdad. I don't think there's going to be more assassination contracts outside of Baghdad. Maybe we'll see about that. A lot of early birthday wishes in the chat for 6Ks. So yes, we'll see about that. I think that the side missions, the one that you get at the assassin bureaus, will be super important because you can get the tokens by completing them, especially by completing them with there is a version of the 100% sync from the older games, and here they're called contractor requests because these are contracts for the hidden ones. The person that is requesting the mission is adding a request, so along with doing the assassination mission, maybe there is a second request, which is pretty much the same as the 100% synchronization, with a very important difference that you can't replay the missions, even though it seems like narrative director Sarabolio mentioned that, but you actually can't replay the missions. So if you miss the 100% synchronization, that will be done and dusted. So you will probably have to save before accepting the quest. So you can try it, and if you miss the 100% sync, you can go back to the save and reload and try again. So get ready for that. And if you complete the side missions with the 100% sync, with the additional request, you're gonna get these tokens that you will need in order to bribe some of the NPCs lying around, in order to have what I call the active social stealth. I'm not sure if there's a proper name to it. So basically, there's 2 types of social stealth in Mirage. There are what the devs call systemic crowd blending. So basically, there are NPCs standing on a specific position, and you can blend within them, but they're not moving. And then there are other groups of people that you can bribe with these tokens, which seem to be very scarce. Like you do not. It's still not super clear, but if they are the reward of the assassination missions and you get 1 per mission, it means they are very rare, and you can use them to bribe a group of people into moving into a specific direction, like entering a palace that is guarded or entering a mosque or whatever. So it seems like it's a very limited resource. So those tokens will have to be very careful in spending them, and making them worth our while, basically. 6Ks, thank you so much for joining us. And again, happy early birthday. We'll make sure to wish you a happy birthday tomorrow as well. And enjoy the video tomorrow when Ubisoft releases it, or afterwards, because I think you mentioned somewhere you might not see it when it releases. Probably it's going to be the same for us, so we'll see about that. Gotta say, contractor request is much better than optional objective. Yes, it does make the mission sound a little more authentic, but I would have preferred 100% synchronization, because that contextualizes the mission within the Animus context, while instead, I mean, it's fine both ways. It's still, like, both ways are better than optional objective. I think optional objective was mentioned in the side missions in the Ireland DLC of Valhalla. There were also missions, like side missions, in the Paris DLC, in the Siege of Paris DLC, but they didn't. I don't recall if they had like the optional objective, like the 100% sync. I'm not sure about that. I like. Hernan is saying, I like Sary's theory of the genie being Lithia. Because nobody is confirming or denying, I'm having another theory. I'm not sure whether I came up with that. I'm probably not gonna do a video about that. But the genie could also represent Basim's father or something like that. Something very bad for Basim that he wants to try and stay away from, because Basim's father was a violent person, and he was violent with his son. We'll see a little bit more about that. But maybe it has to do, like, maybe like it's a memory of how violent his father was with him, and so Basim will need Loki's memories to, you know, get rid of these bad memories from his own life. So we'll see about that. There are a lot of potential theories as to who the genie might represent. We'll see about that. I don't know if it was asked already, says Marco, but how much playing time will the game have, like game length? So it wasn't announced properly. I think that the rumors or leaks mentioned something between 15 to 25 hours. So they did mention the length will be the same as the classic games or like AC1. And I think AC1 was 15 to 25, depending on whether you are playing just, you know, the main story or the main story plus being a completionist. Like if you want to be a proper completionist in AC1 and getting all the flags and all the side missions and everything, you might need a lot of time. So maybe it's going to be the same with Mirage. Like if you like to be a completionist with Mirage, you might need quite some time. So I would say that a safe bet would be 20 hours. So very far from the play time needed, like for the time needed to play Odyssey or Valhalla, especially because there's not going to be like this huge open world. There's not going to be a post-launch content or a post-launch plan. So it's the main game. That's it. It's more linear, and I think. I mean, personally, I've had some RPG fatigue in terms, like, for what concerns AC, and having a lot of, you know, huge games. I think it's going to be nice to have a more contained kind of game. Even though after it's done, I mean, we'll get the chance to play something else without playing the same game for years. Which is what we probably are going to do when Assassin's Creed Codename Red will release next year or the year after. So we'll see. Mr. Enigma says, I think the genie is a woman. My theory is she is Lithia, which is pretty much the same as our most recent theory, apart from the one that I mentioned today. We made a video about that. That was actually Sary's idea. Right now she's playing as Edward while I'm doing all the talking here. Thank you, Arshak. Thank you for joining us. It was so fun to see you again in the chat. Thanks for joining us. Enjoy the remainder of the day. I'm a completionist for this franchise, so it's nice to see them move away from the massive bloated game that is Valhalla. How many hours did you spend in Valhalla to complete it? Because of content creation and whatnot, I spent, I think, something like 350 hours in Valhalla, and I think I still have a good chunk of the map to clear out, and I don't think I will go back to clear it. I need to stay away from a game that I have played for so many hours in order to go back to it. Like, even now, I still don't feel like going back to Odyssey. Like, I imagine myself opening up Odyssey, seeing the map filled with icons of stuff that I haven't done, and saying, oh, okay, too much, let's close it and play something else. So, Brad Fun, you were much better than me then. Like 220 and you were able to complete everything. Good job. Much better job than mine. Arshak, before he leaves Sary, the gunshot was so far away. Guns back in the day were not that accurate.
But I'm impatient.
But you're impatient.
So,
There's also the theory of the genie being that friend of Basim. Forgot her name. I think you're talking about Nihal. Because she has a similar headpiece. I think that would be too much on the nose, to be honest, but we'll see about that. Especially because she's a character that Basim sees in his life. So, to me, it would feel weird if he's dreaming of a monster version of her, and then he wakes up and he sees her again, and then he goes to sleep, and he sees her in the monster version. Feels weird. I don't think. I think it's more mysterious than that.
I think I made a mistake.
Did you? Would you say that you made a mistake? Probably yes. You could also run away. No, I don't do that. Bye, Arshak. Bye. I actually enjoyed Odyssey, but I blitzed through Valhalla as fast as I could to get it over with. Actually, I think I never blitzed through any AC game. I just played them up until when I had to create or wanted to create content about it, or up until when I felt like playing. Because like there's so much in the recent RPG games that at some point I give up. I try to play all the story content because obviously I want to be able to discuss that with all of you guys, like any kind of story content, even just word events and stuff like that. But yeah, go Sary, but sadly that's time for another high Sary, and we are at 3 high Sarys, so you're playing pretty well compared to the other streams.
Yeah.
Semperfi is saying your theory Markuz is good, but not his father. More likely his mother. Could be. It could be his mother. Oh, there's a phone ringing. Hi, phone ringing. It could be his mother, but the thing is, Basim's mother died when he was super young. We don't know much about her. So if it's Basim's, should I play?
Yeah.
Okay. So something happening. So let me play this. So and now it's going to be interesting. Do I remember any of the buttons? Sort of. Yeah, okay. I don't know where we are or what we're doing, because it's Sary doing the thing. So hi, Mr. Talking guy. Okay, so locate your target. Okay. That was absolutely not something that I meant to do. Absolutely not something I wanted to do. But maybe this will allow us to... Okay. This is why we're having Sary play and not me. I absolutely don't recall any of the button mapping, so... Oh, there we go. This is... How do you counter? Like this? Yes. Hi, guys. Let's see if I can survive this. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, we can do this. Shut up, guys. Ah, man. It was so easy back in the day. You could do the... These are the chain assassinations that were too easy. Well, are you the target? Probably not. So, hi, phone ringing. Will we get a hi, Marco? Sadly, we do not have the picture for that. I think we did back like a few streams ago. We did have that. I'm not sure if it's up there. I mean, I killed all the guards. Where is the assassination target? Oh, there we go. Okay. Let's do some parkour. What were we talking about? Oh, yes. I don't think it's going to be Basim's mother because she died when he was much younger. Like he was maybe a kid. I'm not sure. Oh, we don't know. We don't know yet. So I don't see why his mother would be portrayed as a monster in his mind. So where are you, my dude? Is it you? Let's see. Are you looking at me? You probably are looking at me. There we go. It's interesting that the members of the Order of the Ancients' names are names of creatures of the Arabian mythology. Do we know the names of the members of the Order of the Ancients? Hi. Can you die, please? Can you please die? Is that something that you might be interested in doing? Can you die? Can you please die? Can you? Hello? Why are you guys in red? Am I supposed to do something? Help. Okay. Very good. At least we saw who the target is. Sorry about turning on and off Eagle Vision. Check underneath, says Elena. Up we go. No. Through we go. No. Okay. So, they are looking, so we don't want to do that. So, let's try and be stealthy as Mirage would like us to be. So, please don't look at me. I'm just minding my swimming business. Don't worry. Don't worry, I'm just here. I'm just here. Doing my stuff. Don't look this way, please. Oh man. Too many people. Can we? I think we can't. They're gonna see me. I know that this is going to turn into a combat fest. I know this is gonna happen. We all know it's gonna happen. They're already seeing me. Oh my goodness. Nicholas, welcome to the stream. Nice to see you. Sorry if I'm late. If the genie is connected to Loki's memories, she is supposed to appear after Basim gets a shock similar to what Loki experimented in life. I think like anything that might resemble what happened in Loki's life might trigger stuff, but the memories or like these interactions with the genie could happen even earlier than that. Usually when talking about sages and reborn Isu, there's always some triggering events. That's for sure. So, can I do this? What if I do this? Would you guys be interested in not looking at me? Okay. I was just kidding. Head down. Okay. Guys, you might have spotted me. Hello. Let's do what we came here to do. I'm such a... Oh! I got the wrong weapon. Okay, then let's do the... Yo, Marco, how are you and Sary? We are doing pretty well, even though it's been a pretty hectic week. So we didn't have enough time to dedicate it to all the content that we wanted to create. Because like we have 2 Assassin's Creed Mirage videos ready to be edited and stuff. But other than that, guys, come on. We're doing the combat stuff. Can we? Thank you. Okay. So we do have 2 videos planned. And then, the news released recently about Dashcam? Dashcam, okay. So let's pause because it's time for the Dasha and Canon cam. So for those of you who might not know, Dasha and Canon are our dogs, our mascots. Shall we? Shall we? I'm not sure if we can. Let's see. Okay, so not working properly. It's not working. Ha ha ha. Okay, so let me see. Not working. What is happening? Sary is coming. I think that my camera is over everything, so we couldn't move into the Dashcam. Anyway, new project. Yes, there's going to be, we are planning 2 videos for news about Mirage. Probably there's going to be another one about the dev diary tomorrow. I'm not sure when that is going to release. So 3 videos coming up. Doggos coming up in a few seconds once we're set up. So yes, I think it should work now. Yes, it should work now. So Sary, you let me know when we should turn on the Dasha cam, the Doggos cam. TGK, you made it right in time to have a look at our boyos. There we go. You can see how Canon has grown over the last 2 weeks if you were present at our later stream. So our boyo is bigger and bigger every time. Also dirtier and dirtier. I'm not sure if Dasha is also there, but I guess we can have a look at him in front of our tiny little metal gate. Yeah, he's asking for attention as much as he can. Look at him. He is so silly, but he even learned to give his paw. Even though this is not a breed that learns a lot of stuff. It's not like a German Shepherd dog or dogs like that. So they're not really prone into learning.
And Canon's a bit stupid.
And Canon is a little bit stupid, like very stupid, very silly. I recall Marco saying Canon is a tornado. So why didn't you name him like that? Because we didn't know. I'm gonna say because we didn't know. So you are. Did they see you? Yes. Yeah, you are on top of. You have an assassination target down on the ground of the ship.
Cannot.
Yeah, you can't assassinate him because they're not seeing you right now. So now that they're not seeing you, you can actually assassinate him. Maybe you can go on the. I mean, I shouldn't mansplain anything because I did so poorly. But yes, his big paw, yes. He's a big boy and he keeps growing and he will still do for another year or so. Dasha is okay. She's getting older and older. She was... That's good. Look at that. Look at that. That was so cool. You just walked towards them. That was very cool. So yes, she's getting tired and tired, more and more tired, Dasha. And now that it's pretty warm around here, it's kind of tough for her. We're trying to shave her. Soon we'll shave her even more in order for her to, like, for her skin to breathe as much as possible. Dasha and Canon share one brain cell, and by share I mean Dasha has the brain cell and Canon has none. Sary agrees fully.
Absolutely, yes.
Like he's actually a tornado. Like he destroys everything that he can play with. Anything that can make a noise, he will destroy. He will keep biting until he has destroyed it. So I don't know, little branches, vases, whatever, like everything he can find. Like
you can think about something, he will bite it.
Plushes, whatever. Like sometimes we find out stuff that we didn't even know that it was in our house, and we find it in the garden, and we didn't know it was there. But Canon was able to find it and destroy it. Like today, I think, like he's been with us for 6 months now, and I think today for the first time I saw a plushie in the garden that I had never seen. And we are in this house. We have been in this house for what, 5 years, 6 years. I had never seen that plushie entering the house or being here from before we got in here, and he still was able to find it. So I don't know, at some point he will find a treasure or something. Marco, see my message. I didn't see your message. Can you please rewrite it, Croton? By the way, I wanted to mention it because we didn't mention it in our past streams, I think. I just wanted to thank Croton for the help in editing one of our videos, the video about Assassin's Creed Nexus. It was very good. You were amazing. And once again, thanks for the help. I am Canon. I am become death, destroyer of everything in the ATA house. Let me know, Marco, if there are some video projects I might be available after Monday. Okay. I shall... If you see me doing something like that, is because there's a lot of mosquitoes.
They came with me.
They got in the house when Sary went out for the Canon cam. But yes, Croton, I shall. There might be indeed some videos coming up, so we can do something about that. We might really need some help. So thanks. Can someone out there find all the unused fight moves in the AC games? I know that there are some fans very much dedicated to that, but for specific games. Like, for example, Sebastian is so dedicated to Assassin's Creed Unity that he knows every parkour move, every fighting move, everything in Unity. Look at that, Sary. Oh no, you hit it.
Oh wow, just a bit.
That was very nice. Like, you let the ship run, you activated the machine to kill the mosquitoes, and then you got back and you almost were able to steer the ship without hitting the island. Is he not taking stuff from the neighbors and bringing them back to you? No, because our garden is surrounded by a high metal fence, so he cannot cross into the neighbor's gardens. Thankfully, otherwise he would destroy that as well, and we can't allow that. So yes. It helps that my uni notes today were on nuclear weapons as an intentional taboo, so I was reading a lot about Oppenheimer. Also honored to be on the same level as Radhi. Who's Radhi? You guys are more cultured than I am. Fire! I remember back in the day, I think it was 2013 or 14, I went to a panel in Italy, the guests for which were the voice actor of Ezio in the Italian dub of the games, and the Italian voice actor for Edward. And he said that he had to prepare so much to do the fire screams or something like that, because these screams, they consume your how do you say, your throat, like the walls of your throat. So he had to prepare that, and he couldn't do many takes of that because otherwise he wouldn't feel his voice anymore. So sometimes you can't even fathom the hardships that even voice actors have to go through in order to perform properly for games or movies. Yeah, this is a hi Sary, the chat says. TGK says.
That was unexpected.
Hi Sary, ? It was.
That was unexpected.
Yeah, that was unexpected. What did you do? I didn't even see that.
I did what I had to do and then I screwed it.
Oh, you screwed it. So many mosquitoes! But it was worth it to see Canon. Sary, the mission objective is board, not destroy.
I know.
Oh, damn. Well, the thing is, we have an optional objective, which is not being eaten alive by the mosquitoes. So it's even more complicated for Sary. But now you're going to be boarding the ship while being bitten by mosquitoes. You can also shoot at the red barrels. Good job. The Oppenheimer movie just looks like an exhibition for a bomb. I saw a lot of memes about the Oppenheimer and Barbie movies releasing at the same time. There were face swaps of the main actors, and other stuff like that. Sary blew up the ship instead of burning it. Yeah, let's not discuss the details. Let's not. Come on, Sary, you can do it. Can you? Can you do it? Yes. No. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe those are the guys that you need to kill. Good job. You had to kill 10 of those. I don't even think it's gonna have a plot. What? The Oppenheimer movie? And I remember seeing a joke where it goes, Christopher Nolan brought a fat man on the sets of Oppenheimer. I'm going to see Oppenheimer and the Barbie film on the same day with my partner. We're making a whole day out of it with matching outfits. Can you not kill mosquitoes on the Assassin's Creed chair?
No.
No. Marco, do you expect some surprise for Mirage, like a location, ISO content, or something like that? Depending what you would call a surprise. I think that for hardcore fans, I don't expect too many surprises. Like hardcore fans, we do know some of the lore attached to the locations in this game, especially Alamut and the Isu Temple located underneath it. We don't know what that does, even though the Alamut Temple at this time in the time period of the game, it should contain a lot of memory seals, a lot of memory disks. And Altair will visit it several hundred years later, like 200 to 300 years later, and Altair will take 5 memory seals from there and use them to seal Masyaf. 4 to seal Masyaf and 1 for the final memory. So some of these memories might be about Loki. So at some point Basim might find a memory seal about Loki at the end of the game within the temple underneath Alamut, and he might go, you know, full crazy, or like he might turn into the Basim that we know. So, have you not learned to ask such silly questions of your wife? What did I ask you?
If I can avoid killing mosquitoes.
Ah, okay.
I think.
Yeah, probably, but I just wanted to make a joke, but it didn't work. Marco and Sary, have you seen Dial of Destiny yet? What's Dial of Destiny? Is it the new Indiana Jones movie? I think it's called differently. Like, it's not called Dial in Italian, it's called Quadrante. I don't know why. But yeah, I think it's the new Indiana Jones movie, and we haven't. I would like to see that. Because they are marketing it as the one final Indiana Jones movie, so we'll see about that. I would like to see that though. Cholesterol said, "Oh no, don't go there." But well, we are there now, so. Ouch. Okay. And would you like a DLC for Mirage in another location in the Middle East? I would like any kind of DLC for Mirage, but there's not gonna be any, sadly. But yeah, I would like to see a DLC for Mirage in any kind of Middle Eastern location. Even a DLC for Mirage in Constantinople would have been nice if the rumors were true, but they're not. They weren't. So yeah, that's kind of sad, because you know, having a DLC in Constantinople would have brought a lot of opportunities. Like, of course, an opportunity to have Basim meet Sigurd, and also an opportunity to tie the history of Constantinople in 860 or 870 to the history of Constantinople in Ezio's time. So, you know, having some connections through time, but that's not gonna happen, sadly. DLC where Basim tell me what conditioner he uses and his skincare routine. Yeah, that would be interesting. Especially the Basim, the initiate of Alamut Basim. So after he gets his white and blue robes, he seems to have a better hair conditioner than when he's an acolyte in Alamut. So Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. We haven't seen that yet, but I would love to. Hopefully soon. I would really like the show us how Haytham meet Basim. That probably will happen in the game. It would be very silly to not show that. So I hope that happens, and that we see Basim tutor him. Or if this is too early, at least have Basim meet Hytham. So we'll see. It's been so long since I saw anything from Hollywood. I've been so focused on Tamil movies, I literally forgot what Hollywood has been cooking since ATSV. What's ATSV? I want to see Baby Hytham. You might see that. Like, there might be Baby Hytham in the game. The thing is, we don't know that. I don't think we know the difference in age between Basim and Hytham. There was a mention somewhere that Hytham was in his 20s or 30s in Valhalla. Well, we'll see. And Basim should be 17 in 861, so he should be born in 844. So we'll see. They should have like about 10 to 15 years of difference. Oh, Across the Spider-Verse. I still have to watch that as well. I would love to see that. Like I always say, I would love to see or play something and then I don't. And that's another high
I
Sary.
know, in my defense, I'm being very distracted.
Yeah, I can see that you are distracted and bitten
Yeah.
all over the place by mosquitoes. Hi Sary, says TGK, and now we are at 5, at a counter of 5. I think that in a few minutes, if we're not able to repel the mosquitoes, we're gonna have to close the stream. Well, we'll see. We are clocking in at 1 hour and 40 minutes, so we're around roughly the usual length of our streams. But we'll see if Sary can actually manage this fight, this naval fight. Sary, who is such an enthusiast of, you know, sailing gameplay, you know, naval combat and stuff like that. The Golden City is set in 867 AD, but there isn't an exact date they meet. No, in the Golden City they are already Master and Acolyte. They are already working together. They are already, both of them are hidden ones. Basim is already a Master Assassin, and he's not even teaching him. Like in the Golden City, Basim is already an early version of the Basim that we see in Valhalla. So he has already turned, or he already is searching for a Norse person who, like, he's already searching for Odin's reincarnation in 867 in the events of the Golden City, and Hytham is already his apprentice, and he's tutoring him the hard way. Like, sometimes they are having really harsh combat moments. You know, some I wouldn't call them clashes, but skirmishes where Basim is training him by, you know, vanishing and testing his reflexes and stuff like that. TGK is asking, does Sary know what a heavy shot is?
This one.
No, I think if you're not aiming when you're looking sideways, can you try and shoot without aiming?
Mm-hmm.
That should be the heavy shot.
No, I have no idea what it is. Anyway.
So when you are, try it now, without aiming.
This is my ally.
No, not your ally. When you're next to an enemy, like, turn sideways, and then try without. Yeah, that's the heavy shot. Okay, that's super heavy. Hits the enemy, should deal a lot of damage, hopefully. So no, and even in the Golden City, there's no mention, if I recall correctly, of any date where they meet. So it might take, like, everything is under wraps up until Mirage, and even then, hopefully we're gonna know about that, but it's not sure. Like, hopefully we're gonna see when Basim meets Hytham, because it would be such a wasted occasion to not see that. DGK, Sary almost shot at her friends. Oh my god. She's very good. She's just hiding it.
No.
You should use, yeah, the heavy shot when they are very close.
Then I have allies, but they're not doing anything, so
Oh yeah.
I'm fighting by myself.
And you're using the mortar.
I'm using everything I have.
Oh, the mortar is the heaviest weapon you have, so that's a good choice. You just need to avoid the other mortars and shots and the mosquitoes. Also, Marco, did you see the Apex GP F1 car for Brad Pitt's F1 movie? I did see the pictures. I did see F1 saying, "Hey, this is the Apex F1 car," and I didn't know the context. Thank you, Zark, for mentioning that, because I didn't know what that car was or why. But now I know, so thanks. The one where you just press RT when you're at close range, yes. Yeah, that's the heavy shot. Mosquitoes, they are focused with the stream. Now it's time to bite. Yes, exactly. That's what they're doing. Come on, Sary. Come on, Sary. Careful about the shot. good.
Is it mine or is it?
It's yours. But you didn't disable the ship. And they are hitting you pretty hard. Super hard in the way. Shall I do that?
If you want.
Sary is fighting all the mosquitoes. What's Brad Pitt's movie? It's a movie about Formula One. Where am I supposed to go? Like this way? That way?
You follow your allies.
How do you... Okay, this is the mortar and then you shoot, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, with RT. Okay. Let's follow the allies. The realities of war. Okay. Very well. Let's start from afar. Is that you? Is it you? I can't even see. There we go. Okay. Oh, it's fine even without the... Ouch! Okay. Let's go. There you go. There you go. There you go. That's all for you. Brace. And then... Did they shoot our allies? No, I didn't. Thank you, allies, for covering from all the shots. There you go, guys. There we go. Where are the others? Are you an ally? I don't think so, so bye. Where is it? There you go. Ah, I missed it. Damn. Come on. Come on. No. Guys. That's not really nice of you. Oh, sorry. Come on, guys. Come on. Come here. Ah. There we go. There you go. Okay. And done. I think. Maybe.
No, that was the first.
Sorry, allies. I didn't want to do that. Probably.
That was the first wave.
There we go. Oh, so we have more.
That was the first wave, yeah.
I'm sorry?
That was the first wave.
Oh, so that was the first wave. Okay. Then second wave. Let me just say like this. Why aren't you... Ouch. Okay, almost. Okay, there we go. We are here. Ready. Ready and steady. There we go. Okay, so here. Okay. Nope. Okay. Okay. There you go, guys. Now it's time. There you go. Wasn't as it was supposed to be. There you go. Much better. All fire. All on that. Oh, we don't have anything. Okay. No. No. Almost. Oh, no. Okay. We're still safe. We're still sort of safe. Okay. We don't have any shot. Okay. Come on. I think I'm hearing somebody's here. Dasha is around here. Ooh. Ouch. Ouch. No. Don't you dare. Can you please not? Thank you. Oh, you activated Dasha Cam. Oh, can I? No. Okay. We'll see in the Barbie movie revoke your man card. No. We should actually have fun with everything we enjoy watching. Hello guys. Are you standing there? You guys should stand there. Ah, there we go. Come on. Come on. Come on. Everything we have. Ah, no. Oh, am I dying? When did it happen? Oh no! No! I was so close! Was I so close? I'm not even sure. Hi, baby. Hi. Hi. Fish. Thank you. I was so close! I was having a lot of fun, actually. Hi, Sary. Was it a hi, Sary, or hi, Marco? Dasha's helping you take down all the ships. Yes.
She was watching.
She was. Were you watching me? Hello. Hello, miss. So I think that on that note of, you know, of hope being crushed by some Spanish ships, I think that we can actually wrap the stream. So guys, thank you guys so much for coming to our, for joining us in our next in our stream today. It's been 2 weeks, so we it's been so long. We wanted to chat about Mirage, especially while waiting for the new dev diary that is going to release tomorrow. So I wanted to hear what you guys thought of this. It's going to be focused on Basim, so some more news, probably some story news also coming up tomorrow. And we also discussed some of the recent news about Mirage. So keep your eyes out on our channel, because we're gonna have a few videos coming up in the coming days and weeks that will lead us probably towards Gamescom, which is going to be, again, probably the next main news drop for Mirage. That's going to be at the end of August. So but we are gonna still have a lot of content planned for you guys, a lot of videos, and I'm not gonna say a lot of streams, because I keep promising them, and then we try to get on a regular schedule, and we do as much as possible. We do as much as we can. So once again, guys, thank you so much for joining us. Enjoy the remainder of the day. Take care. Stay hydrated, because it's very hot out there. And I'll see you in our next stream. Bye!